Hello, this is yours truly, Charles Prosper, your consistency success coach. And I'm taking a little different route this time in doing this video. Normally, I kind of dress up a little bit, put on one of my best shirts, and do a fancy video. But in this particular video, I just woke up. And I don't want to wait in order to do this video in any type of fancy way, because the thoughts in my head I want to express right now. Let me tell you the reason for my creating this particular video today. I live in Colombia in South America. I'm retired here. I enjoy it here. I really do. I speak the language. I understand the culture. So I'm I'm like a natural here. I'm like a native here. Well, where I go to get my hair cut, Ricardo, young man, 22, very ambitious, very focused, very mature for his age, he invited me over to his home to have lunch with his live-in girlfriend and his mother. And so he showed me his new apartment in an open area where he has the idea where he wants to put his barbershop, his own barbershop, so that he can start working from home. Now, right now, he works for someone else around the corner from his home, and he pays like 50% of what he earns cutting hair to the owner. And so his vision is to use that open space that he has. It's a perfect space to create his own barbershop and have people come over where he can service them from his home and get 100% of what it is that he normally would be earning from each haircut and so on. So we started talking about it, and I said, this is a great idea, Ricardo. I think you should do it. Go for it, because what you need to do is think in terms of improving yourself and getting better at what you do. So he got really excited about the idea, and I said, well, the first thing that you need to do is to save up 10% of your earnings in order to start purchasing your equipment that you need, your chairs, whatever else that the tools of the trade are that you need to cut hair. So he said, sure, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start doing that. I said, well, you should start doing that right away by every time you make any profit, immediately put 10% in some kind of container. I don't know, piggy bank, a cigar box, if they still have cigar boxes, a can, anything. You need to start doing that systematically right away. And then when you have your capital, it doesn't matter how long it takes. If it takes you 6 months, a year and a half, or 2 years, you will be able to start to invest in the equipment that you need. And then gradually, all of your clients that you have now, just have them follow you to where you will be when you are working from home. So he got very excited about the idea. He says, yeah, I'm going to do this. So I said, well, you start right away. When are you going to go back to work? He says, tomorrow. I said, okay, then tomorrow you start. So 2 weeks later, I go in to get a haircut, and I said, how's it going with your savings? And he says, well, I haven't started yet. A few other things I'm going to need to do, but I'm going to get started. And then I asked myself, how is it that people have a great idea to do something, they don't take action on it, procrastination sets in, and they're back to square one? Why is it? Well, first of all, the majority of people fall into this category. Yeah, I mean, I would say the 80% of all the population fall into this category of just allowing themselves to gravitate to their old ways. You see, there is every inspiration to do something new. Well, let me back up and say this. Inspiration is time sensitive. Inspiration is time sensitive. If you do not take immediate action, on an inspiration, it dissipates, procrastination comes in, and status quo returns to whatever it is that you were doing before. If you don't believe that inspiration is time sensitive, just think about the times you've had a great idea, let's say a great business idea or any kind of idea, or you're a writer and you come across an idea and it's incredible, and you want to express this idea exactly how it is when it comes to you. Well, if you don't take immediate action and write this idea down, it's going to dissipate. You're going to forget what it was, and it's not going to come back in the way that it was in the inspiration of the moment. You see, inspiration is time sensitive, and there is a law of taking immediate action. You see, when you get an idea, it is not enough to get an idea. You have to take immediate action. You have to strike when the iron is hot, or that inspiration will cool off, dissipate, procrastination will set in, and you'll go back to doing things as normal. I think the mistake that Ricardo made, which is the mistake that many people make when they get an inspiration to change their lives and to do something different, is that they don't take immediate action. Not whenever I think about it, but take immediate action. Immediate action could be just setting up a planned structure, in his case, to save up the money. For example, you go out and get a piggy bank right away, or go look for a canister in the kitchen, empty it, and put a label on it, 10%, and do something to demonstrate that you're serious by taking immediate action. The universe rewards action. The universe rewards immediate action, and the universe rewards consistent action. This is a law. So his mistake is a mistake that many of us make, is that when we get an inspiration, we do not take immediate action on it. We let it cool off, and we go back to doing things as normal. So I would say to you that when you come across an idea or an inspiration or something that you know will change your life, it is essential that you understand that there is a law of immediate action, that if you do not take immediate action on an inspiration, it will dissipate. Inspiration is time sensitive, and you must strike when the iron is hot, and you must move forward from the moment of the inspiration and continue to move forward consistency by having immediately structured some type of plan to carry out whatever it is, the inspiration that you received. So in the case of Ricardo, he did not take immediate action to set up the structure to begin his savings plan. Because he didn't take immediate action to set up a structure for his savings plan, the inspiration dissipated and he went back to square one. Also, he has a live-in girlfriend who is supportive of his new venture. He didn't use her as an accountability partner either. So what happened was he gravitated back to where he was doing what he's always been doing. So the message here is that inspiration is time sensitive, and that to be consistent, once you get an inspiration, you must take immediate action. You must run with the idea. You see, most successful people get an idea and they move quickly. They don't hesitate. They don't procrastinate. They move quickly. They get a thought, they get a vision, and they move on it. They move on it quickly, and they continue to move on it before that vision cools. This is how successful people operate. Many people get brilliant ideas, brilliant thoughts and inspiration, answers to their problems. In fact, God answers prayer through ideas, inspiration, and opportunities. So when you get a new inspired idea, it's an opportunity for you to change your life. But if you do not take immediate action, that inspired idea cools down, dissipates, and you go back to doing whatever it is that you were doing before. So my message here is, in analyzing the situation of Ricardo, which is pretty typical as a story of a lot of people who say that they want their lives to be different. They come across an idea or an opportunity, and instead of taking immediate action, they wait, they think about it, they postpone it. They think that tomorrow is the time to start, or next week is the time to start, not knowing that in doing that, in postponing an inspiration, the inspiration withers away, dies, and you go back to doing what it is that you were doing before. So the idea, the main key idea of this video conversation that we're having right now is that if you want to succeed at something, once you get a new idea that is a clear idea of how to change your situation, you must take immediate action. Because if you do not take immediate and then consistent action therefore onward, the thought would dissipate and die out, and you go back to doing whatever it is that you were doing before. So what I'm talking about is that there is a law of immediate action. There is a law of taking immediate action. When an inspiration happens, you must take immediate action. And that initial immediate action must be followed by a systematic plan to continue consistently on that path. This is my message for today. So, as I always like to say to you, stay consistent and be successful. In my enthusiasm to give you today's presentation, I forgot to remind you that I have a community of consistent-minded people at the Prosper Consistency Success membership site, where I will invite you to become a member so that you can reap the benefits of having a community of consistent-minded people where we help each other to stay focused and achieve our goals by assigning accountability partners to help you stay focused to achieve your goal, as you are assigned to another member to be their accountability partner to help them achieve their goal. Also, there will be live coaching calls where you'll be able to call in and get answers to any of the problems and challenges that you may be facing on your path to being consistent. And occasionally we have guest speakers who come in and give new, fresh ideas on how to stay consistent to achieve your goals. So, without further ado, I would like you to go right now to www.consistencysuccesscoach.com, and you will be glad that you did. And if you enjoy my videos, and if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button and give me a like to help me expand my reach to help other people. And if you would like to receive regular notifications of when a new video on consistency of mine comes out, just hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified immediately. So again, with that said, I leave you with these words: stay consistent and be successful.